Alright guys, we're going to add watercolor to our 5x5 practice painting. We already added the oil pastel in our analogous colors, and now we're going to choose the most colors complement. So I have mostly green on here, so the complement of green is red. And then you're going to add a second color that's close, so you can have some depth created. I chose magenta because magenta, which is like a dark pink, has red in it. So there is only one of each color. You'll need a cup of water and one of your, I would use a smaller brush than I did. And this is why you're going to find out why it's important to keep the background clear of oil pastel. So I'm going to wet my, oh, and notice I have a new cushion paper. I'm going to wet my brush, dab off any drips, and I'm going to get some red. And the red is already liquid, so I'm going to quickly paint in the negative spaces, mostly around the edges. I'm going to add water. You can see some of the oil pastel is resisting where I added. I'm going to add more vibrant red near the skeleton. I'm just going to use the water that's already there, so it kind of runs out towards the outside. And then I'm going to just add some water in the middle. And that's when I'm going to clean out my brush and add some magenta right in the middle. And I can even, if I want to, take a little bit of red and make sure that that red around the edges is very, very bold. Make sure there's no paper showing through. Take some more red and just add a whole bunch of red so it kind of looks like it fades out, a value change, even though it's also a color change. I'm going to add some more magenta right in the middle. And you kind of have to play with this. It does take a little bit of time to get used to the liquid watercolors, but it does turn out very, very nice. Now I'm going to do the same thing in each negative space. Again, go around the edges with the red. Add in a whole bunch of water. Oops, I almost put my brush in the pink. I'm not ready for that yet. And then I'm going to add some water just to here so it can blend a little bit better. And now I'm going to switch colors to magenta. And then I'm going to go back and do the same thing I did over here to make the colors a little more bold. Take some red and really add that bright, bright red around the edge. Do that to each negative space. Now for the smaller ones, like these, I'm going to add some water in first. Just add some water, and then I'm going to add some pink in the middle. Oops, just a little dot. Let it spread a little bit, and then add some red, and kind of let it move how it wants in that spot. And then I'm going to take some pink and add it right back in the middle. See how that turns out, kind of an experiment. That's why we made a small one first, so we can try some different experiments. Add some water. Uh-oh, a little oil pastel booger. Red first. Now, there's too much water, so I'm going to dry off my brush and soak some of that up. And then I'm going to add my magenta back in. Same thing for my other negative spaces. Ooh, that was a little bit much. As a reminder, this takes me a very short time. This is not the first time I've done this. So it should take you about double time. Put a little bit of pink in here first. Let's see how this goes. And then put red over it. You want to choose two colors for your background so it's not boring. The reason it looks cool is because there's more depth and more color and more just interest when you add more than one color, even if they're close. You can see, even if they're close. So now there might be some extra water on your oil pastel part, and what you're going to do is, actually you should get a paper towel and dab that off, so that, or you can dry off your brush and just pick that up with the brush. Good luck.